Now we got the full rainbow going. That's cool. It's gonna be a good Friday. Okay, I promise this will be my last Eeeeww politics video for a week or something. I just wanted to kind of go over what I thought about the debate. I thought it went really well. I didn't want to see much bashing of each other. I didn't think that was going to solve anything or make anyone look better or help anyone. So that was pretty good. I think, honestly, if I had to really think, I think Carson probably did better than anybody as far as like most improved. You know how you vote for, you know, I like Carson. I've always liked him. I liked him, you know, even before he was talking about running for president. When they were trying to get him to run for president, he was like, no. And I would read things about him, and he's a true, you know, true conservative, and a very smart guy. And I really like Ted Cruz. I would like to see a Cruz-Carson or a Carson-Cruz, you know, presidency run. I think they could beat anybody the Democrats could put up. Of course, I think just about anybody could be. I don't know, the way it goes, man, it's like somehow magically candidates are just, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they do tend to just happen. It's like Jeb Bush. What the hell? I mean, how could Jeb Bush even be as far as he is in this, you know, if there wasn't some sort of establishment push, you know, to get him there. So that's one to watch. Jeb Bush, there needs to be an uprising if that guy gets nominated. That would really screw up this election if Jeb Bush was nominated, because nobody's going to vote. Nobody, no conservative, libertarian, or whatever, Republican, whatever, is not going to vote for Jeb Bush. He's an establishment guy. I'm sure there's lots of people that would love to see him in there, you know, the cronies, whatever, but we just can't, you know, he's no good. And honestly, I think Trump did okay, but I think his inexperience showed a little bit, and it was sort of the same I was hoping to hear some new rhetoric, some new cool stuff. I was hoping he would bring some stuff out of a bag and, you know, some new tricks, but it seemed like to be the same stuff, you know. So I don't know. I think I've always kind of thought maybe he would fade a little bit the closer we get to the, you know, the convention. And so I'm kind of personally hoping that people kind of get used to him and kind of almost tired of him, so they can go back and see, okay, would he be a good president, since he has supported so many Democrats in the past. You know, he does have a shaky past in politics. So, and I know, like I said in my other video, that's mainly because of business. He's trying to play both sides, but at some point you gotta, you know, draw a line and say, I believe in this. You know, these are my standards. This is how, you know, this is what I use as a filter. Anyway, I thought, who else did? You know who did better than I thought was Chris Christie. He did pretty good. I wouldn't vote for him ever, but I thought he did. I'm talking about just how they did in the debate. I think Huckabee did pretty good. He was pretty strong. I think Rand Paul kind of, I don't know. I don't think he did so well. And then with this current news about some of his staffers being involved with, you know, campaign funds and all this, that's going to ruin his chances if he had any before, you know. But I've always been a big Rand Paul guy. But I really think the strongest candidate is Ted Cruz, because he's, you know, what we don't want are lifer politicians. He knows the system. He's plugged in, and you could plug him in on the first day of the presidency. And I think that's the only reason why I'm saying Cruz-Carson and not Carson-Cruz, because I think Ben Carson would make a great president, but there's a learning curve there, which really is what we want. Government should work slower. Unless it's an emergency, government should take a long time to do something. You know, it should be thought out. It should be, you know, all this emotional stuff of jumping and jerking and, you know, creating new laws just off the bat. It's just, silly. And if you had term limits, see, then there was a high turnover of politicians. There would be such a learning curve with each one of them that they wouldn't be able to get much done, and that's what we want done. That's really what you want in Washington. You want a weak, centralized government as far as, okay, I'm talking about as far as taxation and that kind of thing. And we should have never had an Obamacare. We should never be funding Planned Parenthood. All of this funding that we're doing is really unconstitutional, and none of that should be going on. No funding should be going to anything unless it's, constitutional. So anyway, I'm rambling now, but let me know your thoughts on the debate, and this will be my last Eeeeww politics for a week or so. Thanks, guys.